South Africa is home to the world's first heart transplant and is a leader in this field. But organ donors are in short supply, and the numbers awaiting transplant are steadily increasing. In Soweto, a township with over 3 million people, kidney disease is a big killer, making organ donation a top priority for those working in Chris Hani Baragwanat's renal unit.
You are at Tumsanim Zamani African Institute of Kidney Diseases. It's the renal department based at Chris Hani Baragwanath Hospital. We're coming into our chronic area. Here is the unit where our chronic patients come for dialysis.
In 24 hours, we book about 52 patients on hemo. So we're overloaded, and then otherwise patients are being worked up so that they can be transplanted. That's how we offload from the chronic side.
Hauna mutaka udonatela?
Agna mutus.
Hauna mutaka udonatela? O blood group mankan? Blood group O.
The dialysis program has a strict admission criteria because of insufficient funding and is increasingly overwhelmed by a growing population seeking treatment.
Patients who are HIV positive cannot be on the program. Patients who are diabetic, we first have to run certain tests to see if the body function is okay for them to dialyze and that they are transplantable.
Over 10 years.
Over 10 years. Okay. Every patient that comes here, it's not that they all fall into our program. Others go back home to die.
Professor Ivor Katz, head of the department, often discusses cases with the patients himself. Sometimes the news isn't good.
And didn't show that your kidneys are going to get better. So we're going to have to stop you on the machine today. In South Africa especially, there are 3 major diseases that have an impact on chronic kidney disease: diabetes, hypertension, and HIV. And that triple threat really has had a major impact on people getting disease. But unfortunately, we are only able to offer a limited amount of treatment for people at the final end stage renal disease process where they require dialysis or transplantation. All right. Kidney disease is a chronic illness which requires a lot of support and understanding. It's very difficult to come 4 times a week for dialysis. And then also, once you've got secure on dialysis, it's very frightening now to contemplate being transplanted. Yeah, I think our big challenge in the public sector is that we share the list with the private sector. And the problem is that we rely on the private sector to supply kidneys. We are unable currently, because of lack of funding, to secure organs. In the public sector, you'll end up waiting much longer for a transplant.
September only.
Only 1 year?
Yeah.
And the swelling was from... I think patients don't recognize what it means to even start dialysis. Sometimes people don't acknowledge that they have bad kidney disease. And people, especially in Africa, seek support from traditional healers. And I think having somebody like Matsia who understands the issues locally and the issues in the community, she's been able to bring her understanding of kidney disease and understanding of the community together.
As part of her job, Matsia and her patients, some transplanted, others awaiting transplantation, educate others about kidney failure and organ donation. Today, they are going to talk to a group of traditional healers.
We are invited by one of our patients, Mr. Japing Dumo. He's the chairman of the National Traditional Healers and Spiritual Organization there. So he felt that during their annual event, we must come and do organ donor awareness. The problem with organ donation, I would say it's a cultural problem whereby mostly black people, they do not donate. There are myths that surrounds the whole thing. Whoever wants an organ, it's evil. they don't think it as something that will be beneficial to the other person. So that is why we go out there to talk about organ donation. Pele ke qala ka ditaba tsa rona ke tlo leboha haholo Ntate Japindumo. Ntate Japindumo ke chairman ya lona mona. Ho rona ke patient. Diphio tsa Ntate Japindumo di thuswa ke meriana e re bitswang dialysis. Ha se yena fela le utlwile batho ba re tlileng le bona mo ba bang ke di-patient. Di-patient tse mo tse ding ba bang ba transplantilwe ba ba ntse ba emetse diphio.
Mina ngu-Joyce Mahlaza, ngi-patient yaseBhara, suka eMzimhlophe.
Joyce attends every awareness outreach program with Matsia and helps get the word out about the shortage of organ donors in the country, as well as the benefits of dialysis.
Ngisesimeni samakhidi ngoba vele noma ungangazi mangibheka angeke uthi ngiyagula. Ngifit, ngifresh, ngibeautiful. Ngiyang, ngimuhle man yazi, ngimuhle, I am beautiful. And that's why ngingalithandi legama lakagula. Angiguli mina I'm fresh, I'm healthy, I can stand on my one leg. Fresh, strong, healthy, fit.
I'm so happy and thrilled, and maybe it's because I like the vibe. I know we can preach and do whatever, but music brings energy into every person. They never knew that there are people living with kidney failure who are suffering this much, and for them to be healthy, they need to be transplanted.
Today, Matsia might have dispelled a few myths around the issue of organ donation and hopes her message will filter further into the community. Joyce has been on dialysis for 8 years. She dialyzes 3 times a week, each session lasting 4 hours.
Ready for the treatment to start. Kidneys are playing the main role in your body because kidney is working hand in hand with the heart. Now my sister is going to inject me. Once she's inside the vein, I don't feel a pain anymore.
When we clean the blood of the patients, we take out waste products here and water which is not wanted.
Our lives depend on that machine. We call that machine our artificial kidney because our kidneys are no longer working. So once we don't go to the machine for a week or 2, that's enough. We're gonna die.
Joyce received a kidney several years ago, but it was rejected by her body.
Unfortunately, my kidney got failed because of the rejection of my antibodies. When the kidney rejects, you go back to the theater to remove that rejected kidney to throw it away because it's no longer working. Then they're going to sew you again there. Oh, it's painful, believe me. I'm back again at the waiting list. You're waiting for the thing that you don't know when you're gonna find it. But you have to persevere because perseverance is the mother to success.
Matsia is seeing renal patient Siyavuya Zozo and his mum. Siyavuya's mother is donating her kidney to her son. They are discussing pre-op tests and a possible transplant date.
Even the son can see how much the mother goes into and what she does just to save his life.
He was very sick. He collapsed after dialysis. That is the gist of the whole thing.
I've been so eager for this process to complete. Though I know that, the transplant process, it could be a 50-50 situation. But, it's better trying than not to try at all.
I don't have any fears. I don't contain any fears. I'm ready. I'm ready for the process. I'm ready for anything.
I'm keeping my hopes alive, and we're praying. We're praying that, everything goes well.
I do want to give back his health. He must become well to work just like other children.
If the Zozo's tests show they are a suitable match for the transplantation, Matsia and Iva will present them to the doctors who will perform the surgery.
Gives you a chance to make friends with people that you thought you never would come across, Mrs. Matsia, and even the staff here at the renal unit. I've come to accept them as part of my family. Okay?
Like Joyce, Siyavuya also needs regular dialysis at Barra in order to stay alive.
I need to do dialysis 3 times a week, and each time 4 hours. It's very important that you do that because the toxins that you gain through eating, through drinking, they need to be cleared out. Yeah. You do get some difficulties, when it comes to normal people out there, because when they see you having this big plaster in your neck, they wonder what it is. This is a catheter that I use for dialysis. It's called a Quintin line. And some would even ask you, hey, have someone stabbed you or something? And I would say, no, there's no wound whatsoever. When I was diagnosed, I was staying in a suburban area, in a townhouse. I was working well. When I felt sick, I had to move out of that place. I had, financial difficulties. There was this emotional drain. It changed me. I think so many things changed, within the process of me trying to accept what I was suffering. I can't even wait now for Mrs. Matsia to just tell me when the date is going to be. I'm just keeping my fingers crossed, and praying at the same time.
Most dialysis patients don't find someone willing to donate. Without a related living donor, they can wait years and years on the transplant list.
I'm happy for Siyavuya to be transplanted. And when God gives other one a kidney, we must just thank him for that. Our turn is coming. But we thank God if we have parents like his mom, people who understand, people who know that his child, his son, he still got a future to live.
Matsia and her foot soldiers embark on yet another awareness program to promote organ donation to the community.
We are promoting organ donor awareness. We're asking people at random whether they know about organ donation. Hello, ladies. You both look beautiful. Mostly, we ask them to donate, like living donors, even if they are not related. Are you for organ donation?
Yeah, I am for it. Because if it can give someone another chance, why not?
We get different views, different opinions.
I don't mind, they can take my parts. Yeah, because they are not going to function rather than to rot in the soil.
Some are for organ donations, some just look at you, they don't even want you to come closer. 3, run away. You can see everybody is taking part, they are eager to do this. They are not shy to approach people, which is good.
This woman's sister is very ill with kidney disease, and she seeks advice from Matsia's team.
You don't learn until it comes to your family.
I've learned a lot today. They've made my day today.
With her energetic presence, Joyce attracts a crowd of young girls to hear her tell her story.
I'm not situated here. I'm here to tell them, to let them know about this sick. Kimchi, I can say chup. Chupa thing is like big as in karki straw circle drink. More or less bigger than straw circle drink. They opened me here, they put a tube inside here, they inject this tube. Those needles, they've got some holes. They don't want the sisters and the doctors to educate them. They need a person like me because I am living that life. This tube, we call it.
Matsia has learned that Siyavuya and his mum are compatible for transplant. She travels to Johannesburg to finalize the transplant date with the surgeons.
Going to Donald Gordon, where we're going to meet everyone who is in the transplant team. Prof. Katz will be there because he's the one who's going to present our patients from Baragwanath. Before we present, we make it a point that everything is the way the surgeons want it.
Siyavuya, Zozo, and his mom. Been with us for a while, dialyzes at night. Hemo. He's a night hemo. VCU's fine, everything's fine. It's good psychological report. Mom's very happy to give.
And ready to go.
Ready to go.
I'll make an arrangement for you to see them.
The last step before transplantation is a pre-op medical by Professor Brits.
You know, with my mother, we've had a very, very good son-mother relationship. I don't remember disappointing at any given time.
I need you to take...
I'm a bit nervous, you know. It's a transplant operation, so it's not just a little thing. Every time when you have to go under the blade, you will have to think twice. So I'm a bit anxious.
If you take your left kidney, we'll make a cut here. From left to here. And this rib that I'm pressing there, just the tip of it we might have to take off because it stands in our way.
Because there is no other person who would have given my son a kidney. And I'm still alive. So it's my duty to give it to him.
Well, I wish everybody felt like you. And did the same.
The fact that she is donating now, it's something out of this world. It's something that you don't have words to describe it.
The day before the operation is due to take place, Matsia and Iva get some bad news from the transplant surgeons.
So they've been cancelled
Yeah.
permanently, or?
Well, I don't think she's not going to qualify because...
The surgeons have made a last-minute discovery that Siyavuya's mother's blood pressure is extremely high and that it is too dangerous to operate.
Okay. And unfortunately, she's hypertensive on that original.
Oh.
So those are the features that will make her not suitable.
Okay.
So it's very unfortunate. I mean that we weren't able to.
Matsia must now deliver the bad news to Siyavuya.
Hello? Hello? Is that Siyavuya? Okay, how are you? I'm fine, man. I'm sorry. What I need to do is just to talk to him, you know, to let him hang in there until he receives a potential cadaveric donor.
I guess after those bad news, it's back to dialysis. It's back to machine, because other than that, there's no other way to survive. I guess everybody is quite surprised to see me here today, and everybody's just been asking me, "Hey, what happened? What happened? What happened?"
Sure. It's a pity, you know. because we prayed for him that he must go well last week Friday, because he said on Monday he's going. Yeah, so we said, well done, man, go well. We wish you a good luck.
I'm coping. Yeah, I'm coping because, I mean, I always had room for disappointment. So the fact that it didn't go according to plan, it's something that I've always been prepared, you know, to accept. My mom's health is very much a concern to me, because when this transplant op was cancelled, she was actually insisting on having it. And I couldn't insist on having it because I knew what were the risks involved. Just preparing the machine now so that it gets ready.
Despite Matsia's disappointment about Siyavuya's cancelled transplant, she continues her work on behalf of Barra's renal patients.
In everything that I do, whatever fails, to me it's like I'm also failing. I have a gut feeling that Siyavuya will be transplanted sooner than we think. But I cannot rely on that. Hence we go on, continue to do organ donor awarenesses for people who are just like him.
Siyavuya has made the decision to return to his home in the Eastern Cape, where he will continue to dialyze. He remains on the national transplant list.
55. I'm now living in Johannesburg without the transplant kidney. It's been such a lonely period for me here in Johannesburg. I mean, I've been here since beginning 2006. You can imagine the whole 2 years I've been here, I've been all by myself. So I'm excited that I'm leaving. I'll get to spend my time with my family now until the transplant coordinator, Ms. Matsiye, phones me again to say I must come up. There's something on hold for me.